doesn't love coming home to a new package on their doorstep? Today I got to come home to this awesome Comics for Fun and Profit shirt on mine, and you can too. If you go to comicsfunprofit.threadless.com, you can check out their cool merch and get a shirt just like me. That was comicsfunprofit.threadless.com. Join the club. It's where all the cool kids are.
This episode of Comics for Fun and Profit is brought to you by the Comic Book Page Preview Spotlight, episode 200. The Preview Spotlight is a crowdsourced podcast. So that's where you came in. We want you to be a part of this. Be a part of the 200th episode. Anybody can submit something. All you have to do, leaf through your favorite previews catalog, your July catalogs for September as they come out. You can find them online already. So as they come out, we want you to submit a clip on just one of your favorite things. You can submit as many as you want, but we just want one at least. A minimum of one, obviously. Pick something that you're passionate about, one of your favorite items, something new that you're excited about. Take your phone, use the voice memo, record a short clip. Don't forget to include your name, the catalog, the page number, so people listening can follow along at home. Email it to John at theguys@comicbookpage.com. It's that simple. A short clip, send it to John at theguys, THEGUYS, @comicbookpage.com. You can find out more. You can go to comicbookpage.com and find the forum with that post and learn all about it as well. It's fun to do. It's fun to hear your clip. It's fun to hear a variety of voices. The best episodes are when tons of people participate. The deadline is July 13th. I would encourage you to do this for the 200th episode and continue. It's fun, positive, exciting thing about our industry to celebrate some of the cool things that we're excited about. Looking forward to reading. Thanks for your patience, and I hope you all participate in the 200th episode of the Preview Spotlight.
Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Sneak Peek at next week with Kyle and Drew for episode 921 for comics originally coming out July 9th and July 10th. But before Drew and I get into what's coming up in your local comic book shops this coming Tuesday and Wednesday, Drew, do we have anything else fun in the world of comics? I know you and I were texting around trying to figure out when we're going to see Deadpool and got all kinds of geeky plans, but...
Yep. We're going that Saturday, right? Opening weekend.
I think we're going to... Yep.
That's going to be crazy. I've been watching The Boys. I think I'm almost caught up on The Boys.
Nice.
The new season, and it's really good. I don't know how much longer they're going to do this. Have you heard if this is like the final or?
Oh, there's one more season after this one.
One more season, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but there's like stakes are high, man. Stakes are high.
Absolutely.
Last couple of seasons, stakes have been high, and yeah, it's been a good season so far. And what else dropped? Oh, I gotta catch up on The Bear. I gotta find time for the new season of The Bear. I really want to watch that. And my wife doesn't watch that one, so that's one I have to watch on my own. And I know she's going to kick herself because it's a really good show. So
I saw season 1, and then I haven't jumped back in. But...
Yeah, season 1. Season 2 was even just probably better, I think.
Yeah. There you go.
And then I've heard lukewarm reviews on 3, but I'm going to watch it because I enjoyed the first 2.
There you go.
But I'm ready to talk a little comics, man.
All right, then let's do what we like to do. Let's jump in and let's look at some of the past items on the secondary market. Let's head on over to our good friends at CBSI.com. That's comicbookinvest.com. Let's look at their Hot 10. Their Hot 10 for July 5th, 2024. And Drew, we start in a familiar place, a place that you like, and a place that you've talked about many, many times. Mm-hmm. Well, let's start with the boy Moon Knight. Moon Knight Fist of Khan, issue 0, the surprise variant. Moving up the list from last week.
Yeah, I just read this.
It dropped. This surprise drop finally ended up in the hands of more stores, resulting in a ton of volume moving in the past week. Last week saw a few sales go for a bit higher prices, but that was before most shops got their copies, allowing them to sell and earn some extra cash. That said, this still averaged between $45 and a little more, with a little over 100 sales, with a high of $100 on one of them.
Yeah. I just read this. It's pretty good. It's basically just a recap of everything, and then had a weird little Spider-Man, Spider-Boy story at the end, and then kind of a whole plan for what's the Moon Knight corner of the universe in Marvel is going to have, like Werewolf by Night and Daredevil, Women of Fear. What is her title called? I can't remember. Like there's several books that are going to be like living in that corner of the MCU and then crossing over probably with each other all the time, which is going to be a bummer because I only read Moon Knight of that list. Mm-hmm. And so we'll see. Anytime I get free Moon Knight or surprise Moon Knight and more Moon Knight, I'm all for it. So keep them coming.
As much Moon Knight is good. Moon Knight.
Yeah.
All right, at rank 2 we have Action Comics 1066. You haven't seen that on the list in a while. The 1 in 25 Mark Spears variant. I was watching this book last week, but when making the list, this was only selling for ratio. Since then, this book has seen a significant rise in price and is now averaging $50 and even hitting a high sale of $17 a week. Not a bad cover, like the art and the bright colors, but can't get past the troll haircut that Lobo, for some odd reason, is sporting in this one. So, 1 in 25 for double cover. Detective Comics 1086. It's 1 in 25. Sebastian Fuamara cover. I know what you're thinking, another repeat. Well, yes, it's a slow week for this book, and it has had a bunch more sales, averaging $45 while hitting a high sale of $60. As such, that's not only earns it a spot on this week's list, but slightly higher bump this week. So a couple ratio DC standard books. That's pretty rad. At rank 4, we have Proof, number 1. Yes, last week's number 1 book is also back for more. Volumes are up with another couple dozen sales, bringing the average up to $65. This also hit a high of $100 while outpacing most other books despite dropping a couple of spots. It's also worth noting that Negative Burn 7 is also still performing well, but not as well as this book, so it didn't quite make our cut. At rank 5, we have A Vicious Circle, number 1. Recent option news have many folks going back to grab this oversized prestige format book as a team including Ryan Coogler looks to adapt this for Universal. A $10 cover price made this expensive to start, but this past week has seen over 50 sales at an average of $15. So that's pretty cool for issue 5. At 6, we have The Terrifics, number 1. Jeff Lemire writing that book. James Gunn does it again as he has pulled this back out of the dollar bins thanks to a recent tweet. It's not a huge leap to hope for something to come out of this team with both Mr. Terrific and Metamorpho confirmed for the new Superman flick, but whatever the case, this is back up to $10 to $15 with a high of $20 this week. CGC 9.8s are also about $100.
We're all about those dollar bin resurrections.
Yeah, that's my favorite stuff, absolutely. At rank 7, Hellboy the Crooked Man, number 1. A new trailer drop has folks looking back at this book again, as we mentioned it their most recent episode of DBD, whatever that is. Reminding folks about this book again, as it is not near its prior highs, but still a decent bump up to $15 to $20 this week after almost no movement in the past few weeks. Sets of all 3 issues are also about $35 to $50 for those interested in reading. Hey, we got another Grommets book. I remember its first issue did really well. We have the Grommets number 2, 1 in 10 Alex Regal cover. Following the success of the 1 in 10 issue 1, we were watching this book last week, but after the first couple of days of release, this was still only about ratio, selling for just $8 to $10. It wasn't until the weekend and the last few days that we have seen a bit of a rise in price and is now averaging $25, even hitting a high of $34. It is not as cool as the number 1 through 10 though, but it is nice.
Yeah.
At rank 9, we have Sonic the Hedgehog number 70, the 1 in 10. Who is the Phantom Racer? That is the question driving many to check out this issue of Sonic, along with a little bump in price for the 1 in 10, averaging up to just $15 this week. A decent amount of volume, too, with more than 20 sales on this in the first 2 days of release. And we have at rank 10, Superman 32, climbing off the outside looking in as folks still seem to be buying into the idea of Ulysses being the guy in the movie set picks for Superman, despite most saying it is just Ultraman. Either way, this is a dollar bin book that has seen its price start to hit $10 to $12 on recent sales. So, Superman speculation.
Yeah.
All right, some of our notable sales. We have Hulk 16, Jeff Loeb and Ed McGuinness. A shocking new all-time high was set this book this week with a newsstand CGC 9.8 fetching $1,000. The first appearance of Red She-Hulk only sold for $162 in a direct market version in CGC 9.8 this week as well. Dang. So a grand is quite the newsstand premium. We get it. Newsies in 2009 are easy to find. But that is still quite a jump.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, very cool. Mr. Mystery number 12. It looks like that's a 3.0. Another PCH classic cover set a new all-time high mark as a CGC 3.0 sold for over $7,800 this past week. We hate this whole eyeball thing, but here is a subset of collectors who collect eyeball covers. And this PCH
really
is a book many want. It's a keystone in their collections. I did not know there was an eyeball fetish going on.
I did not know that there was an eyeball contingent of collectors. That's amazing. Why
we
not?
Thought we knew
Why
our
not?
brethren well, but we do not.
You guys are
All
weird.
right, true. We've seen where the market's been and what's been selling on these quote-unquote slow weeks we've been having, but I want to see what's heading into the future. So I'm going to look at the Image Comics September solicit. July 4th, September, Drew. We love our Image Comics, and we're going to see what they got to offer. And we're going to start with the third volume of Creep Show, Drew. But this time, Chip Zdarsky.
Yeah. Well, we're going to... Chip's getting them. Is he just doing the him and Stocco?
James Stokey,
splitting short.
Yeah.
So just two stories then in this one. I think it used to be more than two, but maybe it was only two. I can't remember. But that's cool. Bring it back, and give me a Martin Morazzo cover too. I like a lot about this.
Yeah, they are saying there are 2 all-new stories in every issue from your favorite creators.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, the one
nice
in Steve Beach is cool. That's awesome.
That's good. The Stocco's good, too.
Mm-hmm.
Some great covers.
Then we have Dead Eyes,
when you look at
Empty
that
Frames, number 1. Oh, go ahead.
That's okay. Dead Eyes, The Empty Frames. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, this, of course, is a 5-issue crime and mystery, spies and espionage story from Jerry Dugan and John McCrae. On sale September 11th. The world's most unkillable comic is out of hiding and back stomping around Boston. At the end of the first volume, the masked hood known as Dead Eyes picked up a clue as to the location of the painting swiped in the largest private art heist in America. Some more cool covers.
I didn't read the first one, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, but it sounds like they'll let you jump on at this point, so no worries there. We have the Horizon Experiment, the Manchurian number 1 by my good friend Pornsack Pinchot. I gotta figure out how to say that name. It's an anthology, spies and espionage, Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders, 5-issue series.
Okay.
And yeah, you did the Good Asian, and it's recommending that. So I don't know, is that the same creative team?
Well, Pornsack did that, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was good. It went on a couple of issues too long, but it was still good. So I would probably check this out for sure.
Very cool. Internal arts look cool. Very well done.
Yeah.
Neat little espionage thing where it looks like the old typewriter font stuff on there. That's kind of neat. Knights versus Samurai #1, a new series action epic dragons and mythical creatures action adventure. I didn't know dragons and mythical creatures was a category, True, but apparently it is.
It's its own thing.
Yeah. Good internals, if not a little muddled, but very cool. Keeping it kind of a dark palette on that. I very much like that. It's very neat.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it.
Lady Mechanica, The Devil in the Lake, is a 4-issue series from Lady Mechanica. An all-new story featuring guest artist Sia Aum. I don't know too much of her stuff, but that's kind of cool.
It looks good.
I think I read Fathom, actually, now that I think about it. So, good internal art. Very nice. Very well done. I like it. A lot of words. Holy crap, there's a lot of exposition in bubbles. Did you see that, Drew?
Uh-huh.
There's a ton.
Yeah.
So they got some things to get out. The Moon is Following Us, #1 of a 10-issue series, Drew. I like it when they're shooting for some long forms. 10 issues. Daniel Warren Johnson, Riley Rossmo, and Daniel Warren Johnson on art. Sam and Duncan Lamar love their 6-year-old daughter Penny more than anything in the whole world. But half a year ago, she was taken by the Cascade, an evil force they barely understand. Now Sam and Duncan must fight side by side with the magical beings Penny cherished and try to get her back before she's gone forever. Of course, this is fantasy action adventure.
Yeah, Daniel Warren Johnson's been crushing it too, so I think this is definitely worth checking out.
Heck yeah, very cool. 32 pages, $3.99. I like that Images give us a lot of the internals and stuff too. So give us a little sneak peek at it. Make sure we like it. I see the vibe they're going to do with it, and I'm in for it. That brings us to the Tin Can Society #1 of a 9-issue arc. Peter Warren, Francesco Mobili on this one. It is superheroes, crime and mystery, action, adventure. You lost Drew at superheroes, unfortunately.
Even though it's crime and mystery, yeah. And they're actually referencing A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance, deluxe hardcover edition, which has really got... I don't understand the connection. I don't think it's the same creators. Oh, is it? It's because it's a giant generator book? Okay. All right. Yeah, but yeah, those they're trying to get me. I don't know. It's going to be close.
The art's, disturbing. They're going kind of full gory and definitely old adult. Very neat with that.
If you kill superheroes, I guess I'm in.
Yeah, there you go.
All
right, there we go. Violent Flowers #1 of a 4-issue series. Maria Love doing story, art, and covers. Horror, occult, supernatural, and dark fantasy, Drew.
I am tired of her stuff.
I've
read all the Maria Lovett. I need to. It is all the same.
Is it all about an ancient clan of vampires that reunites us after centuries?
Who would know? I mean, it's just same wafy girls, characters very similar across different stories. I don't know.
They're giving them 8 covers here, Drew, so there's got to be something here. 8 covers, including a Mirka and Dolfo.
People like her. Cover. I've read enough. I'm good.
Down through the preview pages to Local Man 25, starting a new story arc. Of course, Tony Fleeks and Tim Seeley on that one.
Wow, 25. Who knew?
Yeah, very cool, that one. Old Dog Operations gets a one-shot with half a dozen writers and half a dozen artists for a 64-page, $8 one-shot on that one.
Okay.
Ultra Mega by James Herron, #5 of 8.
don't love that art style.
Yeah. A lot of wackadoo there. Interesting. Bloodstained Collected Edition book, hardcover, number 1. $60, 548 pages, collecting issues 1 through 4.
Yeah.
This is Linda Sajic.
I don't remember this.
Not sure on this one either.
So, yeah, that's kind of cool. She's as good as Stepan.
Yeah. It is a humorous contemporary women and romance book.
I'm all about that.
There you go. The trade paperback for Crave, collecting issues 1 through 6. Trade paperback for Dutch. Of course, that Joe Casey having the 0 issue and issues 1, 2, and 3, so 4 issues there. 120 pages. Only $12.99. I like it when they get close to that $9.99 point for a trade. Good place to jump in and catch those books. Extremity Deluxe hardcover. Daniel Warren Johnson's there. Issues 1 through 12, all for $50. That's from our Murder Falcon boy. Shout out Murder Falcon down there.
Yeah, cool.
Trade paperback for that G.I. Joe Real American Hero, which is issues 301 through 305. I think that's the first ones that Image started printing, isn't it?
Yeah. Now here's something, Kyle, that you'll like. Giant Generator took all their first issues, Deadly Class, Black Science, Low, 7 to Eternity, Death or Glory, Sacrificers, and Scumbag, jammed them all in a collection, slapped $10 on it, and so you get nine
awesome.
books for $9.99. So it's basically Image Firsts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really
But you're buying
nothing
them all.
new, but it's all Rick Remender Giant Generator books. So
7 different issues for $10.
Oh, did I say 9? Okay. I said 9. Sorry.
There you go.
Still cool.
Yeah, very cool. I like that. Let's do more of that kind of stuff. Trade paperback for The Infernals 1 through 5. Trade paperback for The Last Mermaid 1 through 6, all encompassed in one there. $15 on that. 160 pages. Mirka and Darfo's Hot Paprika Omnibus, 400 pages of spicy paprika, 1 through 12. Hardcover OGN for Mr. Lovestein presents.
There we go. There's some nice art, right?
Yeah, there we go. Comic style, or comic strip style. Oh my goodness, Drew. This warms the cockles of my heart. The Compendium trade paperback for Revival. Binge read this classic series before their adaptation airs on the Sci-Fi Network next year. Story by Celia, art by Mike Norton, and our girl Jenny Frison rocking that cover. I love it.
Yeah, that is awesome.
That's so cool.
I really thought it went longer than 47 issues, but I guess not.
So it's got Revival 1 through 47. It's got the Free Comic Book Day short story, the crossover with Chew, and a Jenny Frison cover gallery, plus behind the scenes and bonuses. Very cool.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Saga New Edition, Volume 1 trade paperback. The critically acclaimed masterpiece and one of the most iconic best-selling comics series of all times is now presented in a 6x9 edition featuring all-new cover by Fiona Staples. Crap, they're going to get me with this, Drew.
No, you're not going to buy this again, are you?
It's a new... this trade is worn out from me just giving it to people.
Yeah.
So I think I owe them to buy a new one. It's $10. I mean, it's
they
the
didn't
price
gouge
I
you.
like.
Yeah.
It's the story I like. It's new Fiona on the front. It's just awesome.
Yeah. Okay, I gotcha.
I think we have to.
Don't bring me into this.
Yep. Saucer Country trade paperback complete edition. Superstar as seen on TV, the new edition trade paperback.
Okay, that's
your boy Kurt Busiek.
That's my boy, my Astro City boy.
Mm-hmm. The Complete Darkness has its Volume 3 hardcover, 680 pages for $49.99. That's issues 41 through 64. And then they'll sell you the other 2 trades as well. Or the second printings. I love it. The hardcover second printings. Third volume of The Forged.
Fell off
New edition of Invincible as they continue to re-roll the trades for Invincible back out. King Spawn Volume 5. A lot of trades.
A lot of trades.
Yeah. Time Before Time trade. Void Rivals gets a second trade. Love that cover B. Love that cover B. World Tree gets a second volume trade as well. Issues 6 through 11 in that one. Weatherman Volume 3. Issues 1 through 7 of that secondary series. What's the Furthest Place from Here? Trade 3. Ain't No Grave finishes up with its 5th issue out of 5 from Scotty Young.
Oh, Cowl is out again.
Yeah, my boy Kyle Higgins. Cowl 1964, the second of 2 editions. As allegations swirl around Jeffrey Warner, the future of Cowl's national expansion is at risk, but a hidden secret threatens to bring down not just expansion, but the entire organization. Of course, Cal is a superhero government organization, if I remember correctly. A lot of unionizing in that book as well.
Yeah.
Convert to a 4 from John Arcudi. Department of Truth is on issue 26, Drew. That's crazy.
With a Marilyn Monroe cover.
Oh, that is. I like that. We had the JFK cover a few times, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Destro 4 of 5. Continuing with our G.I. Joe worlds, our Energon universe, if you will. And, of course, we have a spoiler cover. The Domain, 3 of 5 from our boy Chip Zdarsky. I like the cover B's. We have our D&D stat sheet, it looks like. I love when we do the D&D stat sheet stuff.
Yeah, you're a big fan.
Always been a big fan. Drawing Blood, 6 of 12, Kevin Eastman and David Avalon. I'm trying to figure out if the Turtles are making an appearance with this, but yeah. Falling in Love on the Path to Hell, 4. Feral, ooh, nice bloody covers for Feral 6, starting their new story arc. Man, I don't know the homage cover on B.
For Ferals?
Yeah.
Mm.
I always feel like I've let people down because I don't know the homages.
Yeah. I recognize it vaguely, but I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm. Free Agents 3, Kurt Busiek and Fabian Nicieza. G.I. Joe 310. The second iteration of Geiger hits its 6th issue. Gunslinger Spawn 36. Holy Roller ends, Drew.
It finishes.
9 of 9 of Rick Remender and Andy Samberg's Holy Roller.
Which is definitely a movie pitch.
Yes, 100%.
100%.
Kaya 21. Couldn't tell you anything about what this book is about, and the solicit doesn't help. Philadelphia 36. King Spawn 38. Lore Remastered 3.
I tried to read Lore, and it was a lot of prose pages in first issue. Can't do that to me. I gotta know that going in. Gotta prepare myself.
Misery 4 of 4. Knights 11. Humorous horror story. Plastic, Death and Dolls. Power Fantasy 2 from Karen Gillan.
Yeah, that looks like a good kind of pitch. I like that.
Precious Metal 406. Public Domain 8 from Zdarsky.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought that thing ended.
Apparently
Okay.
it's back.
Okay. So, all right. They must have decided to do another volume. That's awesome.
Rat City 6. Red Coats 6 from Jeff Johns. Remote Space 4, that one's ending that Cliff Rathburn book. Rifters 4, that's that Brian Posehn book we were talking about.
Yeah.
Good old Saga 69, and they give us the 69 cover.
That's great.
That's awesome. What allies explore new positions. I love it. Sam and Twitch Case Files, issue 7.
Been loving that.
Only 24 pages.
Yeah.
Savage Dragon 273. Scarlet 4 of 5.
I've decided that I enjoy the Energon universe, but I enjoy Void Rivals and I enjoy Transformers, and I don't think I enjoy the G.I. Joe
portions of it. Yeah.
So I think I just don't have enough background in the show and the characters to, like, the reveals don't do anything for me, and
Gotcha.
I could still at least enjoy the Transformers reveals.
But there are definitely people out there getting more out of
For sure. Yeah.
Scorched 34. Never thought Scorched would go on that far. That's really cool.
Me neither.
Self-Help 4 of 5, the penultimate self-help book. Spawn 358. Man, I wish we had numbers to see how many people are reading Spawn each month.
I think they're doing well.
Spawn Kills Every Spawn. Issue 3 of 5. Standstill 2 of 8.
Lee Lowridge gets to write. Okay, cool.
Yeah. We unfortunately missed this one last month, barely, but it looks kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Supervillains, Crime and Mystery, Action Adventure. Transformers 12. That's a beautiful cover. D. Chris Stevens on that one. Very cool. And this is the end of their second arc.
Yeah. A lot of high stakes in this book, too, man. Don't mess around.
It doesn't feel like they're afraid to kill anybody off or do anything crazy.
Yeah, they do what they want.
Universal Monsters Frankenstein 2 of 4. Violator Origin 2 of 6. Walking Dead Deluxe is at issue 96. Oh my goodness. And then issue 97. This is where we get to the Something to Fear part 1. Yep. Leading into good old issue 100. We're heading there, Drew. We're almost there.
Okay, yeah.
Loved those Something to Fear covers, those second print covers. Witchblade 3, our girl Marguerite Bennett. Oh, here's perfect for you, Drew. The Massive Verse has a fighting card game.
Oh my god. And a mat.
Yep, and a playmat.
Wow. That's enough image.
Yeah, a lot of cool trades, a lot of collected editions, a lot of neat stuff. I like the new, the reissue of the first trade for Saga. I think that's a great idea. I like that. There's some neat things there. So, I mean, nothing new jumped off the page.
Well,
like, ooh, we've got to get into this. There was some neat stuff, definitely.
I mean, because we skipped last month, a lot of this stuff was, all of these twos were new to us. And so there's a lot of stuff there that to check out. I get it. Number ones, there was only half a dozen.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. But it's some neat stuff from Daniel Warren Johnson. Some neat, if you're into the creep shows and Zdarsky stuff, not too shabby. So there's some meat on the bone there. I don't know what I think I'm expecting too much. I think that Knights versus Samurai looked pretty cool as well. So dragons and mythical creatures in your title.
Exactly.
All right, Drew, we've peeked a little bit behind the curtain at the secondary market with our good friends at Comic Book Invest, but this time we're going to head over to our good friends at Cover Price. Everything needs to be comic in my mind, and see what they have to say about the best-selling things on the secondary market. And they're at the same place our other friends were with Proof number 1. We had a top sale hitting $135 on this one. Slabs mostly going for, there was a 9.9. Went for $92.
Yep.
20 copies in the secondary market. Dang. Of course, Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu's Secret Store variant, 64 sold, none slabbed. Like to see that. And $60 for Raw with a top sale hitting $150. That's nuts. We talked about Negative Burn being another big book in that whole Proof series. But only selling 13 copies. Definitely Proof being the one that's moving more. Most common Raws, $33.
So am I reading that right? Did somebody get a 9.6 slab for $9?
Maybe that's crazy if they did.
Got themselves a deal.
Superman 32, the wraparound cover. This is, of course, the nice little speculation one. 34 copies on the secondary market. CGC 9.8, going for $44. $6 for raw copies, but a lot of people investing. Of course, that Action Comics 1066 with Lobo on the cover moved 21 copies, hit as high as $70, settled into the $58 spot. These red band editions of Blood Hunt, with the Tales from the Crypt homage, is a very cool 1 in 25 cover. I love that cover. 36 copies moved with a high sale of $124, settling to a fair market value of $70. That's a really cool cover and a very cool return on a 1 in 25. At rank 7, we have The Boys number 1. Of course, we talked about how popular that is and everything. Tracked 20 copies, moving on the secondary market. CGC 9.8 is going for $360, and your floppies are getting about $100, $107. Detective Comics 1087, again that ratioed 1 in 25, moving 22 copies. $60 being the high, settling to $43. Back in at rank 9, we've got Doom number 1, the Sanford Greed regular cover. I love to see that one still
coming back. Yeah,
still selling 40 copies. Still asking for $45 for between 45 and 35 for Raw. It's crazy. And a new one on here, Wolverine number 10, selling 13 copies. CGC 9.8 going for $210 and $32 fair market value. Whoever is running the Deadpool plus Wolverine marketing team needs a raise. Fans were clamoring for Sabretooth to return for the film before it was even released. We got a TV spot featuring a build-up of a shadow between Wolverine and, yes, perhaps Sabretooth.
Rank 11, we've got The Authority coming in with the first issue. 10 units moved, and this is another James Gunn spurred by $43 for a raw. There's a 9.8 out there that went for $232. We sold 10 copies of Toxic Avenger number 1 at rank 12. $20 was the high, very fine. Most common raws near mint going for $15. But a 9.6 did go for $65.
There we go.
At rank 13, we have Uncle Scrooge and the Infinity Dime, the J. Scott Campbell 1 in 50, which is a beautiful cover. 15 of these moved with near mint going for $90. Most of them going for around $70. At rank 14, we have the first Cable, New Mutants 1987, or New Mutants 87. The top sale was a 9.8. That went for $525. 12 of these moved, and we sold some raws for around $150. At rank 15, we have Godzilla #1, the Mark Bagley facsimile 1 in 25. This sold 28 units, $30 for near mints, and that's pretty good for a facsimile, I would say.
Yeah.
That same grommets we talked about earlier is number 16 on this list, the 1 in 10, selling 10 copies. $25 was the top sale in a near mint. Department of Truth, the Fiamara 1 in 25, pretty cool ass cover actually. Seven copies of this one moved, $40 for a near mint. And that's pretty sharp. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
We have 57 copies of Uncle Scrooge and the Infinity Dime 1 in 10 Gabriel Dell'Otto, which is a devious looking Uncle Scrooge on that one. Top sale was $16 for a near mint. Down at 19 we have Deadpool Merc with a Mouth, number 7. $420 for a CGC 9.8 of the 13 that sold, and we sold some raws for $162. At rank 20, we have Zatanna Bring Down the House, the Mikhail Janin 1 in 50, which is a cool cover as well. 10 of these moved. Most of the raws selling for around $50, but we did get 60 out of one of them.
Hey, yeah. There we go.
Nice looking stuff.
Yeah, and interesting week. A lot of stuff I have to look a little deeper into and see what's going on. A lot of things that we've seen before. So a nice little
definitely a nice mix.
All right, we've got all kinds of craziness coming up with a holiday week this week, and let's see if we bounce back next week with a fun week as we get into July.
Absolutely nothing but trades from DC.
On the 9th. I think they probably moved some things to the 10th, so I don't really understand DC's release cycle anymore.
Oh, that's right. They're moving things around, aren't they? Yeah. Going back to Wednesday.
So we may have to touch base with Eric and find out if DC's just moving back to Wednesdays or what's going on.
I think I might have heard that.
Yeah. Absolute Power Task Force 7, issue number 1. We got some really cool Dan Mora covers. Stephen Platt prison cover, or mugshot cover for Superman.
That's really great, cool. Yeah. You don't see much from Stephen Platt.
Action Comics 1067. We've seen some good stuff from the 1 in 25s on that one, so we may want to keep our eyes open there. Batman and Robin 11, Batman Gotham by Gaslight. The Kryptonian Age has its second issue.
Nice.
Beyond Real, that Zach Kaplan book is on its last issue, issue 5. Cobra Commander 1 going to a 4th printing. A neat 4th printing of that.
Domain number 1 has a cool couple. Is that a character sheet cover? Kind of?
Yes. That is our character sheet
nice.
Cover. So that's where it starts. If you're collecting them all, grab that one right there with Destiny. And of course, Duke number 3 going to a 3rd print. From the DC Vault, Death in the Family, Robin Lives, issue 1. This is, of course, we are recreating if they didn't kill off our boy Robin back in the day and what would happen in that regard.
Love the Jose Luis Garcia Lopez artist spotlight for Green Lantern 13. It's pretty classic. Cool. Great color palette. Love it. Oh, Ice Cream Man's back. Issue 40.
With a Ouija board, cover B.
Oh, yeah, okay. Didn't pick up on that. Not the best drawing of a Ouija board.
Moon Man, issue 3. Issue 2 of Precious Metal. That is a Little Bird series, it says.
Soul Taker, number 1.
Drew, are you going to be sad that this is the 6th and final issue of Sinister Sons?
No. 7th printing for Transformers, number 1. And this is a wicked, jam-packed cover of a lot of Transformers.
Pretty cool.
I think that's going to do well.
Yeah. Of course, there's also the facsimile of my beloved Tales of the Teen Titans 44, my George Perez cover. This is, of course, the first appearance of Disco Moon Knight and the origin of Deathstroke. A key book in my collection, and one that I love. Cool to have a both foil and regular copy. And, of course, there's a blank available, but nobody to get to sign it or draw on it, unfortunately.
Man, and they did the same thing with Void Rivals.
9th printing.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. I'll look at it a little closer on that Transformers. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
That could do well with some people. But, man, it's hard to go. Yeah. I don't know. Jury's still out. Can't make my decision yet. Still got this. We got more to look at.
Yeah, so we're heading over to Previews World. Sorry, I'm having a sneezing fit and trying to do as much of that off.
We appreciate that. Free Agents number 1 from Image. If I'm on the right, I'm not.
Nope.
I'm not.
Nope.
July 10th. I need
July 10th. We talked about a majority of this stuff. Again, we're going to have to get our crap together on who's releasing Wednesdays and if there's any difference from our previews publication than our Penguin Random House. But still a big fan of that Domain number 1.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially those really cool covers of the stat sheets. Again, that's just my own little obsession. From Doom Studios, looks like we have Armor Wars 3 of that 12-issue series, and Profane 2 of 5. Oh, and Crocodile Black 3 of 5. So a few things coming out. From Marvel, we of course have ASM 53 with a cool Delato connecting cover. Love that cover.
Yeah, excited for Kid Venom, Kyle.
Give me more children comics.
We got Ahsoka number 1. All around. All kinds of covers.
That's cool. Yeah. I do like that 100 copy incentive variant on Ahsoka. I think that's very well done. I like the TV variant too.
That's good.
Ken Lashley foil variant's a nice one as well. Man, big fan of these covers. Just I wish there was a story inside it.
I know.
Ultimates 2 having a special spoiler variant reveal. I have to look into that.
So,
love that negative space variant on X-Men number 1. That John Tyler Christopher negative space variant.
And for Scotty Young fans, you're getting a lot of Scotty Young characters on that cover. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're getting Beast.
Yeah. A lot of pound for pound. A lot of value there. And this is one we've decided that I can dip my toe in, right?
Yes, I believe
check
so.
it out again.
course, X-Men 97 issue 2 going to a third print. Of course, a lot of people chasing that because of the series.
Not much in Dynamite.
Nah, a few cool Thundercats books, and that's about it.
Get to our smaller publishers. That's what used to be some of our middle tier publishers, but they pissed off previews, and now they're down on the bottom.
Yeah. Coins of Judas the Gambler, issue 2 from Band of Bards.
There's a lot of interesting wordplay in that one.
Mm-hmm. A lot of continuation books on things that didn't really pique my interest when they started.
God, honey, just flopping them all out there.
Bring it on, yeah.
Hunger and Dusk, book 2, number 1. It's an IDW book. Kill All Immortals from Dark Horse.
Dark Horse continues to let bands do these books, spinning out of the world of the new hit Minor Threats Superheroes by Patton Oswalt. We have Barfly from the worlds of Minor Threats.
Okay. Lots of turtles. 40th anniversary celebration. This is a bunch of people taking them on, right? This should be fun. That should be a fun one. A through H cover. Lots of options there.
I mean, you can't not do the Eastman or do some Eastman stuff.
Yeah, maybe you could.
I mean, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, there isn't an Eastman.
Yeah, I was looking. I didn't even see it.
Okay, Drew, did you find anything else you were looking at?
I am still back at Lunar, vacillating between those different printings of Transformers and Void Rivals, and like, I don't know. And then I got this nagging thing in the back of my head. I'm like, let's go back and look at that Stephen Platt again. And that Stephen Platt cover for Absolute Power Task Force 7, the Superman with the mugshot beat up, and I'm just like, yeah, there's something about that. I got to go with that one.
There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and stick my toe back in Image and find domain number 1, and I'm going to say, let's collect us some stat sheet.
Oh, yeah, that's a good call.
So it's just 5 issues, so you know where you're stopping on that one. $5 a piece, you're in for $25. If you're ordering them early, you're in for $12.50 or whatnot, $13-14. Let's do this. Zdarsky's a good creator, and it sounds like he's having some cool RPG fun here.
So it's the cover B.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it. That's a good call.
And I think, we've got 3 main characters, so we may only get stat sheets for 3 of them, but it's still 5-issue series, so all that fun stuff. But I think that's pretty cool. So that's
a good call.
jump.
That's a good call.
Yeah. All right, Drew, it's been fun rocking through the second week of July as we head through and see what's coming out in your local comic book shops. I appreciate you hanging out with us, with Drew and myself, as we go through all the things coming out and all the things that have been, as we anticipate some big summer blockbusters and all kinds of fun stuff coming out. If you want more from Drew and myself, head on over to patreon.com, find Comics for Fun and Profit, throw a couple bucks our way. That's where we'll debut any of our reviews and ad-free content and all kinds of fun there. So feel free to become part of our world. So for Drew and for myself, see ya.
Our LCS is Cowabunga Comics, Lake Country, Wisconsin's best pop culture destination for new comics, back issues, gaming, retro video games, vinyl, and figures. Give them a call, 262-569-9999. Check them out online at cowabungacomics.com or follow them on Twitter at Incredicow. They are our LCS, and we utilize their deep discount mail order service to bring Oconomowoc, Wisconsin closer to us. They'll take care of you. Tell them Drew and Kyle sent you. Say hi to Eric and James from us. If you need an LCS, you can't go wrong with Cowabunga Comics.